And you will never girl tune in. Tune in.
You know what it is.
My opinions are facts. Podcast.
Yeah. Straight up.
Welcome, everybody. Good afternoon on this beautiful Friday, the beginning of May. I'm here to bring you another episode of My Opinions Are Facts. We are going with the picks today. We got a full slate of NBA or MLB with one pick from the NBA, which I'm gonna do first to get that out the way. We got the Warriors and Rockets tonight, hosting the only game, which should be a good one. Either it's go home for Houston, or it's another game, Game 7. Should be an interesting one. I think Jimmy Butler going to really stand out tonight. Shout out to everybody on TikTok. Thank y'all for joining. We're doing MLB picks right now. We're doing NBA right now. Doing that first. There's only one game, so we'll knock out the box real quick. But like I said, the Rockets versus the Warriors tonight. That's the first game we got. Let me get over here and get my paperwork on here, the stats, and get this mouse on. Here we go. Click to it. Boom. Here we go. All right, we got this game right here. There you go. My bad, y'all. My bad. I think everybody joining in a little late. Start off a little late. I was supposed to do it at 2:30, but has technical difficulties. But here we are. We got, like I said, Houston's at Golden State. Man, Golden State at home through the years of Steph Curry been magical. That's all I can say. Plus 5.5 they're giving for them on a spread. 207.5 the over under for total points. This one right here, like I said, it is too close to call as far as a winner. So I did player props. So this one I took a little different angle. I like Podziemski to get 3 threes. I think Golden State going to close it out and not depend heavily on Jimmy Butler and too much on Curry. Other role players got to do what they got to do to seal the deal. So I think Podziemski comes back tonight, bounces back, and has a good game. Gives them 3 threes. I think Butler tonight also gets over 22.5 points. He knows what this means. He needs the rest because second round is going to be, oh, man. Then Timberwolves is something else. But like I said, they need any type of rest they can get. So they really have to close out win tonight. So I look for Jimmy Butler to get 22.5 over on points and do what he needs to do on defense. But last one, I think Curry gets 5.5 assists on the over. Like I said, they're going to try to do everything. They're going to shadow him, double him, whatever they can do. So I think he gets off and contributes the win by giving assists because that's what he does. I mean, he just don't shoot threes all day. He also, participates in all angles of the floor. He's the point guard, so he's going to make do what it do. So that's what I predict on that one. As far as the winner, if you ask me who I think is going to win, Houston definitely has the people to push to the Game 7, but sometimes you got to go with experience. And I learned that last night with the Knicks in Detroit. They should have won it, but experience showed you because they had a last chance shot when Cade passed it to Beasley. Boom, missed the ball out of bounds. Nerves, whatever you can call it, inexperience and experience has a lot to do with it. So off experience, I think Golden State just wins this. Coach, been there. He's winning coach. Championship caliber always. That's what he coaches. And you got Steph and Draymond there, who that's the mentality, and Jimmy Butler also too. He might not win a championship, but he knows all about winning. So with them 3 guys, I think they send the young boys home and they go regroup and they'll be back next year because they're definitely look for Houston probably the next 2 years to get to the NBA championship. So that's what I look for on that one. So the only NBA game tonight, like I said, for Golden State and Houston, I'm taking Podziemski for 3 threes. Jimmy Butler, 22.5 points over, and Curry over 5.5 assists. That's what I got with that. Who's on here? Do they cover the 5? Whoa, that's tough, man. That's tough. PH1775. That's a tough one. That's why I didn't go with the I ain't pick a winner for sure. Covering 5. I can see the Warriors cover 5 play the game. The nerves is going to get to the young guys, and couple fouls might play into it, and Curry and Butler at the line are almost perfect. So yeah, I can see that them covering the 5, but yeah, experience is going to do all. The nerves is not going to make them antsy or do mistakes like I think it's going to happen for Houston. Besides Van Fleet, nobody else has experience on that caliber. So that's what I'm tempted. Hey, that ain't a bad one. Like I said, yeah, I'll take the 5.5 of Golden State because I think honestly, like I said, late in the game, if it comes down to fouls, I think Houston's going to make some critical fouls that Golden State's going to create and is going to put them on the line. And if you got Jimmy Butler, Draymond, or Curry on the line, it's definitely guaranteed they can cover that spread. So that ain't a bad pick right there. But that's my 3 picks for that one. Here we go to the MLB. We got a full slate. We got everybody playing tonight. It's Friday night. No, for sure. I appreciate being on here. PH1775. Excuse me. We got a full slate tonight. MLB. Everybody's on playing. Get my notes together real quick. This is what I do every week. I give you the MLB power rankings because I want you to know where teams stand at, and so you can probably make better choices on who you want to pick to win and who's hot, who's not, the streaks, and so on and so on. So MLB rankings. This week we had the Mets who took the number 1 position from the Dodgers. Mets are number 1. They definitely was looking good to me, but they dropped that one against the Cardinals, which was kind of but you know, it happens. No matter how good you are, you're going to drop the ball somewhere. But Mets are number 1. Number 2, we have on the MLB top 10 power rankings for week 5. We got the Dodgers at number 2. They're not falling far from it because we know it's back-to-back World Series, so nothing with them. They got the players to do it, so I don't see where the letdown's at. Although they did drop one against, my boy Skeens. Other than that, they won a 5-game winning streak after that, and they do what they do. So I wouldn't be surprised they climb back to number 1. But this week are number 2. Number 3, we have them Yankees. I mean, they're always going to stay there. That's another team. They want to get back there. And they got to face the Dodgers this year. They're going to get their get back, try to at least. But during the season, I think they're just who they need to be. They got the whole, and Cody Bellinger, I'm telling you guys, he's definitely one of the ones. You need bases, you need hits. That guy does it for you. So they got a solid lineup. Like I said, they went through the ups and downs. But other than that, I don't see you dropping no further than that no time soon. So number 3 is Yankees. Number 4 is the Padres, who went on a real bad skid this week. 5 straight losing games. They did win last night, but yeah, it looked kind of bad. Not counting them out though. I wouldn't be surprised if they do sneak into the World Series because they are made and set up for that. But yeah, they're number 4. I think they're getting back into the winning of things, but we'll get to that pick later on in the broadcast. Number 5 is the Cubs, who I like the Cubs. I love their hitting and pitch staff too, but I love that team. I don't know what's going to stop them from getting far into the playoffs this year. We'll see how that goes, but yeah, number 5 is well deserved for them. I must be surprised they climb up next week. Number 6, we have the Giants, who, in my eyes, they're just one of them. They remind me of, how can I say? I'm trying to put somewhere you can kind of understand where I'm coming from. They're like if you remember about 10 years ago, remember the Raptors who always had a great record, but they always get knocked out some point in time in the playoffs because for some reason they just have one thing that just don't get them to where they need to be to win it all. That's what the Giants remind me of. They remind me of them just go in one of the top teams, but when it comes to playoff time, they just don't get where they need to be. So they're at number 6, and I don't know if they'll climb. They'll probably stay around there after this week's all said and done. My bad, everybody who joined me on TikTok. Shout out to my man Biz1260. Thank you for joining. Hefe1125. Thank you for joining everybody on my TikTok. But yeah, that's what I got. That's number 6 for the MLB top 10 power rankings. Number 7 we have for the power for MLB, who I thought it was going to be a little higher, but they land where they land. They dropped a couple games they should have had with the Royals, who's, like I said, they're hot. I can't say the Royals are hot, and they took an L with that one, but that's how it goes, and they put Tigers at number 7. Number 8 for the MLB Power 10 rankings for this week, Philadelphia Phillies. They also had a skid. They went 1-6 in them. I think they're starting to pick up the pace now, getting back to it. Like I said, I love Philly just because they have so many veteran batters on there. Schwarber, Trey Turner, all them guys. I love some vets, man, that can play. And Philly, to me, they always have a chance. Not saying they win the World Series, but they always got a chance to go far into the playoffs and do what they do. So I respect their rankings. I think they're bouncing back, and you might catch them on a hot streak right now. Number 9, we have for the MLB top 10 power rankings, we have the Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks are tricky. They're good, but when they lose, they lose. The way they lose, just like, wow, how? But when they win, you're like, whew. They lay their game down. They show you what they're all about. So I respect them being number 9. I think they're probably going to stay there another week. I don't see them moving too much further. I don't think they catch a hot streak here for a second. So that's where they're at with that. And number 10, who climbed up, they was number 14 last week, but now rounding off the top 10 MLB power rankings list is the Boston Red Sox, who catching their stride where they went back week 4. It was a bad week for them, and they gradually picked it back together. I think they're going to stay there for a while. I don't see them really. I don't see them get past 10. They might drop, but we'll see what happens. So 10 for the season's about right, and that's what rounds off the MLB Power Top 10 rankings. Now on to the games. We got a whole lot to get to, so let's get it started. First thing first, we have my Pirates. Any thoughts on Twins and Red Sox? I'll get to there, my guy. I'm Mr. Toxic. I'll get there in a second. We got the first game though coming up. Make sure I'm missing nobody's comments. Yeah, we caught up. We caught up. So we have my Pirates who, oh my God, they hit us with a tough schedule, y'all. I don't want to stay too much on this because I know we got to tell everybody, but the Pirates, you got to think about the last 3 series that we had to face. We went to the Dodgers, pulled 1 out. Then we went to the Cubs, we pulled 1 out. Although we got beat down, skis looked bad yesterday. I don't know what happened with that. Now we got to face the Padres. We're talking about the top 5 teams in MLB power rankings who one of them are destined to get to the World Series. And now, like I said, now we're facing the Padres tonight. Just, wow. That's tough. That is tough scheduling right there. But it is what it is. You got to play the game. So, coming in tonight on the mound for both teams, we have pitching Dylan Cease, 1-2 on the season. ERA is 5.76. The WHIP is 1.62. Facing off against Mitch Keller, 1-2 on the season, 3.97 the ERA, and the WHIP is 1.29. Of course, there's a lean on the Padres. They're playing the Pirates. Why not? But hey, I love my Pirates. Oh, that game yesterday. Oh God. But it makes sense. But today, looking for a pick. I'm not gonna lie to you. I love you, Pittsburgh. You know, I'm from the area, but so I see otherwise. I think the Padres are going to bounce back. They beat the Giants twice. I think they come back. Give it to the Pirates. I took Padres on the run line, -1.5. Forgive me, Pittsburgh, but hey, I don't bet with my heart. I bet with my brain, and that's how I do things. So don't ever expect me to pick somebody because it's my favorite, but it is what it is. That's how it's going. Like I said, Padres, I'm taking -1.5 on the run line. Next game we have coming up, Washington National facing off against the Cincinnati Reds. And they got my guy who I love. I think he's top 4 pitcher to me, or we should say up and coming, however you want to put it. Hunter Green is pitching tonight, facing off against Mitchell Parker. They both hold 2 good records. Mitchell Parker, 3-1 on the season, ERA 2.65 with the WHIP of 1.13. Face off against Hunter Green, 3-2 on the season, ERA 2.70 with the WHIP of 0.85. Heavy lean on the Reds, of course, just because of Hunter Green. You know, you got to lean on him heavy. This guy's, he's out of sight, man. He's definitely one of the pitchers I love. Watch play. What do you think of the Nationals money line? Donald Rivera, what's up with you? Nationals money line, Yankees 1.5, and Angels 1.5 as a half unit. I can get you. I'm just starting on picks right now, so I'm on the game that you're talking about, the Nationals. When you're face off against Hunter Green, I don't like to bet against that guy, honestly. And I'm gonna be real with you. My pick for that is the Reds money line. Although, like I said, the Nationals been looking good. They had, they finally beat Philly. I thought they were gonna get swept, but they finally beat Philly in the last game of that series right there. Yes, Mr. Parker's definitely Green. He might stay in there too long to where he's gonna get that victory. So I'm going with the Reds myself personally, but I see you coming with the Nationals. But the Reds, like I say, at the end of the day, Well, they're 3-2 right now. In the last 5 games, but yeah, that last 2 weeks, that'll make them what was it? I think 10-4. Yeah, about 10-4 in the last 2 weeks. So, or the last 10 games, I should say. So they've been looking good. And like I said, he's on the mound. I don't like betting against that guy. So I got the Reds money line. Next game we have coming up. Arizona Diamondbacks in Philly. 2 of the teams in the power rankings top 10 this week. They are in. Like I said, with the Diamondbacks, sneaky guys. They win the games you wouldn't think they would, and they lose the games you were like, wow, I put 1.5 on these guys and they got beat like that. It happens. But they're playing at Philly right now. Philly's 11-5 at home this season. On the mound today for the pitchers, we have for the Arizona Diamondbacks, we have Merrill Kelly 3-1 on the season, ERA 4.41 with the whip of 1.10. Facing off against Jesus Lazaro, the lefty, 3-0 on the season, ERA 1.73 with the whip of 1.07. Of course, they got the lean, pretty heavy lean on the Phillies, 59% with them. It's funny with this game right here. Now, this why when I said Arizona can win games that you were like, wow, this is how you do that. This is a game I think, I don't know. I think they might pull this off. I like them on the money line, although we got them 3-2 in the last 5 games. Philly's 4-1. They dropped one last night to the Nationals. But let me see. What's up, 50? What's going on? What's going on? How you doing? I'm scared of the game that I just went over 7.5. What game was that? Let me know what game you're talking about. Let me know what game you're talking about. Tigers money line. I'll let you know my thing on my thoughts on that right there. Who's that? Don't mind me. Something like 392. Jesus, what's up, man? If that's how you pronounce it, or Jesus, either one. Glad you joined on TikTok. Oh, the Phillies Diamondbacks. You don't like that over? I mean, that's 2 great pitchers, but like I said, the bullpen's full of a lot of people, man. And I don't think neither one of them pitchers are going to stay the whole game. Maybe Jesus has the best chance just because he's a 3-0 this year, has a perfect record. So if he does stay on the mound, it can. Well, you already put that bet in, so you know. What's up, X-Bro? What you think about the Mets and Cardinals over 7.5 runs? I'll let you know in a second. I'll get to that game. Hey, just be patient. Stay in tune. I got you here in 1 second. But my final pick for this game right here, I'm taking the Diamondbacks. I think this is the game they pull out. Like I said, they get the sneaky wins, and I like them for that one right there. Next game, we have Kansas City facing off against Baltimore Orioles. The Royals, who everybody's shocked that they really are playing really good right now, they've been doing it for 2 weeks. So if you've been paying attention, they're 4-1 in the last 5 games right now. Orioles definitely picked up a win against Yankees yesterday. That was I was surprised they did beat them. I thought it was going to be a crash out, but they pulled it through. But nonetheless, Orioles at home, they're 7-7, even 500 at home. On the mound today, we have for the Royals, Michael Wacha, 1-3 on the season, ERA 3.38 with the whip of 1.25, facing off against Dean Kremer. That dude, I think he's horrible. But 2-4 on the season, ERA 7.04 with the whip of 1.57, facing off with that. These one of these games right here. You're like, man, I think the Orioles can win it. So to me, and when I give you this pick right here, I suggest you have this Royal pick and parlay with or something. Just parlay this pick. I took plus 1.5 with the Royals because I plan on parlaying it. And if you do want to make a parlay, I suggest using that for your parlay just to and it's a value on it. I call that 120. So it could be value on that, you know, for that pick right there. But that's my pick for that. Plus 1.5 for the Royals. Next game we have coming up, Tampa Bay Rays, who was hot. I don't know what happened. Facing off against them Yankees. They're in the Bronx, baby. 10-5 at home for the Yankees this season. Plus 1.5 to run line, of course, for the Rays this year. On the mound today, what's a good pair with the Royals? I'll let you know here in a second. Bro, let's go have and see what we can do. The Pirates, $40 and some shout out to you, Perk. Hey, you see I got that. I'm from the area too, but not tonight, man. I gotta, you know. But if you got a risk bet, you know, I always make a little upset bet. I'll put that in there. But shout out to you, though. Appreciate you here being in the live, man. Much love. But yeah, we got on the mound today for the Tampa Bay Rays. Ryan Pepiot, 2-3 on the season, ERA 4.24 with the whip of 1.38, facing off against a lefty who is undefeated and really torching things up this year. Max Fried, 5-0 on the season, ERA 1.19 with the whip of 1.04. I mean, the Yankees so far in the season played against the Rays are 3-1 on the season against them. Heavily on the Yankees, of course, when he's on the mound. This is the tricky game. This is game right here. He said free nasty. Give me Yanks 1.5. Hey, you know what's funny? Now, this is what I did because I say when you have a winning streak like that, when you're that many games 5-0, that's when things get a little shaky because now there's a lot goes into that where you can take that first L in the season. And Tampa Bay is capable of doing it because they just got swept by the Royals, but they're good. You know, like I said, the Rays are good, and I think this could probably be the chance tonight that he could take a loss, his first one, not knowing. But with me, when I can't decide who wins, I go to a player prop. Player prop I got for this tonight: Ryan Pepiot, hits allowed over 4.5 hits allowed. If the Yankee bats work like we think they're going to do, and my man right here, Perk, thinks they're going to win -1.5, the bats got to work. So I think Ryan Pepiot allows over 4.5 hits. That's my pick. And I'm sticking with it. Let's go to the next game: Cleveland versus the Blue Jays. Who the Blue Jays definitely got? I think they got 2 against Red Sox when they pulled it out of the home. Let me see here and make sure. Yeah, they pulled the last 2 against the Red Sox at home, which is pretty good with them. Remember, the Red Sox are number 10 in the power ranking, so that's a good win for the Blue Jays. 10-6 at home they are this year, and +1.5 for the Guardians. On the mound tonight for the teams we have for Cleveland, Logan Allen, the lefty, 1-2 on the season, 4.21 the ERA. The WHIP is 1.56. Facing off against Chris Bassett. Facing off against Chris Bassett, 2-2 on the season, ERA 2.62 with the WHIP of 1.17. Heavy lean on the Blue Jays, of course. Oh, the Guardians that's another confusing team to me, man. When I just thought they was on the verge, they was winning pretty good on the road, and I don't know what happened. But right now, they got a 3-game winning streak going on. They beat the Twins all 3 times. Respectable wins right there. I'll give them their props for their wins. Them are the wins you need for me to be a believer and give a better judgment on a pick. They're going against the Blue Jays, who, like I said, got 2 in a row. They pull off against Boston, who's a hot team right now. I'm just going to base off of pitching. And that's what I really did. I like the Blue Jays to come back again and get that win. Excuse me. I think they're hot right now. I think things will go right for them. And yeah, I'm taking Blue Jays money line. Blue Jays money line. To the next game, we have the Twins and the Red Sox. Like I said, Boston number 10 on a MLB power rankings for this season. And we'll see what they do with them. 8-6 on at home this season for them guys. +1.5 for the Boston Red Sox. So on the mound for both teams, we have Joe Ryan 2-2 on the season. ERA 3.18 with the WHIP of 0.91. Face off against Brayan Bello 2-0 on the season. ERA 3.27 with the WHIP of 1.45. They got the lean towards Boston, of course. Like I said, when you move up the rankings, your top 10, you got to be a favorite for tonight. Looking at the game, so yeah, Boston dropped 2 in a row against Blue Jays. But hey, it's bound to happen. Twins got swept by the Cleveland. So both teams looking for a win. They're looking to bounce back. So who I believe to bounce back the most for me, man, I need Paul Skeens to get right. Hey, shout out to you, Nate. Hey, I need him too, but I don't know what happened. Hey, when he said what he said a couple of days ago on interview, he said, I quote, friendships or whatever don't win games. I don't like that talk, man. That divides the locker room. You don't like that. Shout out to D-Trip 2019. Mets not winning today. They're on a 2-game losing streak. That's true. I'll get to that in a second, but let me get this game out the way. Twins and Red Sox. Slight lean to the Red Sox. I think, honestly, I'm taking under 9. I don't know a winner on this one. Like I said, both of them are on losing streaks, and they lost against some teams they should have beat. So I'm taking under 9. That means the bats are not working for neither team. So me too. You see the back right here. Both teams are not hitting well. So I'm going with the under 9. I'll take that. The total runs between both teams. Under 9, I'm taking for that game right there. On to the next game, we have the Marlins and the A's. Wow. The A's, 11-6 on the road. I'm talking about the last 2. It's like, wow, they're really they're impressing me right now. I'm shocked. They're doing this good. They're above 500, and they're 11-6 on the road. Facing off against the Marlins, who is an even 500 at home. Both teams had some impressive wins this season, but they're facing off to each other, so this is the bottom of the barrel. On the mound today for the A's, we have Gunnar Hoglund, No data for him. He hasn't pitched this season, so I can't give you no read on him. Volante Balazzo, 0-1 on the season, ERA 2.25 with the whip at 1.63. They're favoring the Marlins. They don't think the A's can do what they do, although they beat the Rangers twice in a row. But who's going to believe in them? But the Marlins, this is why 5-game losing streak, and they said tonight will be the night we break that losing streak right there. Yeah, Marlins money line. They play hard. They definitely do. D-Trip 2019. I went with the Marlins too. I know. I've been screaming the A's for a while, but they don't got the pitcher out see tonight to give them a favorite, and they've been looking good. The last 5 games, they're 4-1. You ever think I would say that about the A's? They're 4-1 the last 5 games. They're above 500, doing good. But yeah, I think the Marlins snapped the losing streak tonight, and I think the A's go back to reality. On to the next one. Oh man, got them Braves. They're trying to come alive, and they're 8-3 at home. Pretty good home record. 6-7. The Dodgers on the road. Coming in on the mound today for the teams, we have for the Dodgers, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, 3-2 on the season. ERA 1.06 with the whip at 1.00. Facing off against Grant Holmes, 2-1 on the season. ERA 4.50 with the whip of 1.25. Of course, there's a heavy lead on the Dodgers because they beat them every game this season. 3-0 against them so far. Like I said, everybody who let me see if he's back yet. Acuna's out. Acuna's out till June. Ooh, that ain't too good. Spencer Strider, he'll come back May 16th. Yeah, them are injuries you don't like. You had to see that too. I forgot. He might be back tonight. It's probable. Tommy Edman might be back tonight for the Dodgers. Clayton Kershaw, he should be back on the 17th, and Blake Snell will be back on the 23rd. That's the injury report for the Dodgers. And like I said, with the Braves, Strider is out till May 16th, and Acuna is going to be back June 3rd. So that's especially for the Braves, that's some injuries you don't want. Of course, they dropped one against the Rockies last night. Dodgers, as usual, is always on a winning streak. This one, it happens to be 5 games in a row. This one right here, just because I don't know how it's going to turn out, I took Freddie Freeman for 2 bases. That's my lock right there. Smashing Dodgers. Yeah, X-Row. Yeah. Why not? I mean, it calls for it, the numbers and so on. But with me, I took Freddie Freeman 2 plus bases. You know, I loved him last year. Him and Mookie Betts will always get them for me. I love betting with that. So I'm rocking with the old favorite, Freddie Freeman 2 bases for that one. D-Trip 20, that Pittsburgh game, I think they beat Padres. I would love to say that, but I don't think, you know what I mean? What we thinking today? Colin Potter, shout out to you. I'm going to get to where I get to. Everybody named mom on the Potter. They got to be. Yeah, because, you know, that's how that goes, too. X-Rod took Dodgers half and Yankees half. Mets over 7.5 runs. Hey, be careful with that Dodgers one. Like I said, the Braves, I think they're coming alive somewhat. So what? So that's why I did a player prop with Freddie Freeman with 2 bases. It's going to be, that's hard a prediction right there. On to the next game. We have Houston facing off against the White Sox. This should be a gimme. So that could be a parlay up with that Kansas City plus 1.5 run line. You know, we're going to go 1.5 with the Astros. But on the mound, you have 2 pitchers who have not won really much of nothing. Framber Valdez for the Houston Astros, 1-3 on the season, 4.00 ERA. The whip is 1.19. Facing off against Jonathan Cannon, 1-3 on the season, ERA 4.50. The whip is 1.44. Heavy lean, of course, on the Astros. Why not? Why wouldn't it be? I ain't gonna look far to even do any type of study. I'm going 1.5 Astros for sure. Run line. That's what we're rocking with. Next game we have be the last game of the day. Rangers and the Mariners. And like I said, the Mariners have been a low-key hot team too. Where we at right here? Colin Potter. When everybody on the team, I always pick the opposite. That's true. Hey, it seems like that theory goes more that way than the other, honestly. Any dogs you like? We'll get to that 1 second. Shout out to Ian. I ain't sing more. Hey, what's up, man? That boy CJ, what's up, man? I ain't seen in a couple of days. I'll give you a quick recap. As soon as I get done, it's the last game right here. Detroit, I promise. Yeah, that do happen like that. All right, last game we have the Mariners and the Rangers. And the Rangers, yeah, the A's beat them twice at home, which is shocking. Don't know how that happened, but it happened. The Mariners 4-1 the last 5 games. Pitch on the mound for both teams today. We have Brian Wu for the Mariners, 3-1 on the season, ERA 3.09 with the whip of 0.97. Facing off against Jack Leiter, 2-0 on the season. 2.03 is the ERA, and the WHIP is 0.98. Sounds like a great pitching game right there, right? Sounds like a great game of pitching. So what that suggest you lean to? The under. Man, I feel like watching ESPN. You said Detroit 19. Man, I feel like I'm watching ESPN. Shout out to you, man. I hope that's a good thing. 50. I ain't beat that one. Mariners 1.5 run line. Ugh. This is what I think about it. I took the under. A lot of good pitching. When you have good pitching like that, you don't think, and like I said, the Rangers haven't been hitting anyway. I'm gonna tell you the last couple games what they scored. In the last 5 games, the most points they scored was 2. 2 points. That's the highest in the last 5 games. And remind you, that was against the A's. So we're talking about against the A's under 8 runs. For this game I'm talking about, take 8.5. That's what I took. 8.5, under 8.5 runs for the Mariners and Rangers. Yeah, I'm taking the under. Yeah, I can see the Mariners probably pulling this off. They're hot right now, 4-1 in the last 5 games. The Rangers, they dropped the games to the A's. Or am I mistaken? Are the A's really that good this season? Royals plus, Royals plus 1-25. I like the Mariners money line go lay down. Shout out to you, man. Detroit, crazy, man. Cisco, which player props for hits you like today? I'll get that 1 second. Good vibes, fan. Hey, appreciate it, man. Biz 1260, man. Good vibes come for you too. I appreciate everybody on here. But yeah, with this game right here, the pitch, it makes me pick the under. People are looking for the Mariners to win. Yeah, of course, the hotter team right now. And like I said, the Rangers have dropped them games to the A's. But don't be shocked tonight. Let me see the weather, first of all. Let me see what the weather looking like tonight. A pleasant night, 62 degrees. So that's gonna be nice weather at nighttime. Little tight, little snippet chill, but it should be good for that time of the night for the baseball. But yeah, for that one, I go under 8.5 for that pick. All right, I'm gonna do a recap, everybody. That's all here. Okay, we got 29 people here. That's what's up. All right, so I'm gonna give a rundown. So the first game I had with the Padres. Yes, I'm sorry. I bet with my mind, not my heart. I took the minus 1.5 against the Pirates. They're not a dog for me, so people think no. No. Padres 1.5. I'm going with that one. Second game, the Reds versus the Washington Nats. I'm taking Reds just because Hunter Green is pitching. Which player you like to play? Cisco, I'm gonna give you one right now. That first game, the Padres definitely take Fernando Tatis for a hit. That's for sure. Take him for a hit. So make sure you remember that. Mark that down. I'll give you 2 more who I think will definitely get a hit for you. We said Biz $12.60, $10. Pay 24 picks on FanDuel. Hey man, like I said, the suggestions, man, and hey, you feel my vibe, and I hit that for you. Then we on tonight, baby. But I appreciate that. Yeah, that's a high number for 10. What about Dodgers? X-Row. I took Dodgers. I took Freddie Freeman 2 bases. I took that player prop for that. That's the only game I was looking at was Pittsburgh. Yeah, I mean, it's good. Like, Mitch Keller ain't a bad pitcher at all. But I just feel at the end, Fernando Tatis, him and Machado, them guys just, hey, there's something else, man. They hit anybody's pitches. Actually, Fernando Tatis has the most bases right now in the major league. So he's scary. Who hits X-Road? For the hits, yeah, Tatis. I got here Fernando Tatis from the Padres get a hit. I definitely like Aaron Judge to get a hit for sure. That guy right there, if you're gonna parlay it up, yeah, them 2 right there. And for me, another person get a hit. How I like tonight. I'm gonna look right here because I think I got somebody in mind. My boy, Bobby Witt. You gotta go with Bobby Witt Jr. That guy always gets a hit. Bobby Witt, he'll always get 2 bases too. I love that. You ever bet home runs? Only Julian 1? Yeah, here or there I do. But if I get an early jump at looking at the at my my research stuff, I do. So today I can get a time to really look early at my research. But tomorrow I have the home runs for you for sure. Judge today, X-Row, hell yeah. Judge, Fernando Tatis get a hit. Bobby Witt get a hit for sure. You can parlay them 3 up right there. Bobby Witt Jr. I'm sorry. What's your recap? All right, I'm on it right now. Recap: Padres 1.5 run line. Reds money line. Diamondbacks money line. Royals plus 1.5 run line. Ryan Pepiot hits allowed over 4.5. Ryan Pepiot for the Rays over 4.5 hits allowed. Blue Jays money line. Twins and Red Sox under 9. Under 9. That's what I got with that. What about the Cubs game 50? I got you. Coming on 1 second. Marlins money line, Dodgers, Freddie Freeman, 2 bases, Astros 1.5 run line, Rangers. I got money line. The Cubs and Braves, I got the over on that. There's gonna be some hitting tonight. The Cubs, them bats are working really good right now. Honestly, man, I mean, I know they're number 4 in the power rankings of MLB. Them guys are something else, man. What about the Cubs game? Yeah, the Cubs 50. If you hear me, I took the over on that one with them and the Brewers. That just because Friday can get a little crazy, so I take the over. But hey, you can smash them up -2 in the run line if you like. But I just took the over on that one just because how I'm parlaying up. You never know. D-Trip, I got. I don't know what you mean by that. Just let me know. Yeah, but the Cardinals, I got the Cardinals money line. I have Detroit money line. I got the Giants -1.5 run line for that right there. Chat, let's run up them likes for him and giving us great picks. Show him some love. Appreciate X-Row, man. I'm trying to, man. I appreciate you guys believing in me somewhat. So, like I always say, I give you the pick by pick. Wherever you feel you want to shuffle up and parlay them up together, that's what you do. And look for the wins. You look at my TikTok, I put up my wins that I be winning on. This ain't no game. I don't play, I'll play around. I do my studying and stuff. And for all you guys who like do NBA, I gave you my one NBA pick tonight. Do you go live every day? Yes, I do, X-Row, for sure. Just make sure when you follow me so you can get all the alerts, get your notification on, hit that button, and you can check everything on there. Astros. Oh, yeah, Astros -1.5 at, I don't know your name, Detroit 2019, Reds, Yankees, Tigers, Cardinals, money line, Marley, Sun, and Golden State. Woo, Detroit 2019. Hey, you hit that, just let me know, man. I don't want no money off you. Just let me know if you smack that. That'll be a nice hit right there. Yeah, because like I said, with the Golden State, I think maturity of them players and the coaches should get them over the hump. I think the immaturity and they don't have enough under their belts. The Rockets, I think they might fall off that one. What time usually? Well, tomorrow Saturday games should be early. So when there's early games on MLB, which is always on Tuesdays early games and Wednesday early games, I like to do it at 11 a.m. But when you have night games, I'll do it at 3 p.m. So I get everybody stuff like that. But anytime the time changes, I can, look at notifications or inbox me. I'll let you know if I switch up the time for that to give it to you. Let me see. My bad, y'all. How many more tell Mets game prediction again? All right, we get to the Mets one. Look at the power rankings. Bad, we get to my notes. Oh, it's right here. My fault, everybody. I'm gonna be reading the comments and stuff like that. Yeah, you know what's funny about the Mets though too? Although I like to see this is why I took the now mind you, the Cardinals, I know Mets a 2-game lose streak. Yep, down trip. But what's crazy is now Sonny Gray, he's a vet. He's 3-0 on the season, but Holmes 3-1 on that same boat. So it's like it's hard to go against the two. I had that paper. So where did I put that pick at? Remind me. Yeah, I took the but that one I took the under. What was the under? Or my bad, I took the over 7.5. Forgive me, y'all. I got my notes everywhere scattered here and there. Yeah, I took over 7.5 runs total for both teams because if anything, by the 5th, 6th inning, these are the games right here with great pitching. They get them guys out. They save their arms. Sonny Gray has the best chance of playing the whole game because normally when somebody has they're 3-0, they normally try to keep the winning streak going or the game is close. No matter what, I think they get pulled in the 5th, 6th, and the bullpen are going to start giving heavy runs. So I like the over 7.5 for that game. That's the lock for sure. I took that game over 7.5, hammer 1 feet. That's why I want your opinion. Yeah, go to the over because, like I said, at the end of the day, the Mets, the 2-game winning streak. I'm gonna tell you what they scored. They really haven't been scoring either. They scored, 5 and 3, and like I said, the Cardinals 4-5. I see that wasn't happening Friday night. I always say this: Friday are the best games. Taylor Jr. for a hit. Yes, that boy CJ. Yep, that's for sure. Lock that one in. Fernando Tatis is that's that guy, man. I get him for a lot of times with 2 bases. I ain't do it today, but normally 2 bases with Fernando Tatis. He's good for that. He leads the Major League in baseball in total bases, which means that he's more likely either to get 2 hits or he's going to get a double and get to where he need to get to. But yeah, Fernando Tatis, I love that guy. Yeah, like I said with the Mets and Cardinals. Now, like I said, the Sonny Gray and Holmes, great pitching like that, but point in time, them guys are coming out there and it's going to get going. But back what I originally saying, Friday nights in baseball, it's almost like I don't know how old you guys are. age is probably different, whatever. Cleveland money line was looking at that one too. I don't know. Cleveland looking bad lately, man. They were dropping some bad games. I feel they should have pulled them off yesterday. It's hard to say with that one with Cleveland, but you see, we got all right. I'm caught up on the looks. All right, yeah. But like I say, on Friday nights though, I don't know you guys' ages and whatever. But I remember as a kid, when it's this time of the year, what I mean, you're playing sports. Everybody loves Friday Night Lights, whether it's baseball, football. They a slow start team. Yes, they are. Yep. And like I said, with them, Detroit 2019, what happens with them when that All-Star break ends, and then that's when you really got chased to get, to get into the place and to get into the playoffs. That's when they pick it up. So, but they're good at doing it. Some teams are just horrible where they think, oh, let me play catch up. Some teams can't afford to catch up. You know what I mean? They just can't afford it. But they're one of the teams that can. But yeah. So like I said, Friday nights with me, with any sport, always, football, especially football and baseball because it's outdoors or whatnot. They, scoring becomes better. More people are coming to the games to watch. So all them outside factors kind of help teams just to get more scoring. Now, winning is winning. That's hard to pick, but a lot of the games are going to go over tonight just because it's Friday night, and it's springtime. The weather's good. So that's how I look at that one right there. But for everybody who watches, I appreciate it, man. The love. Hey, you guys, man, but show me love on here lately. But like I said, as far as live, tomorrow there's an early game, so I'll do it 11 a.m. I'll be going live on TikTok, and I'll be going live on my YouTube page, 223 ENT. My opinions are facts. But let you go, guys, in 1 second. But everybody on my YouTube, appreciate everybody watching me. Appreciate the love. Signing off right now. It's me, Izzy. He gets busy. Sincerely yours. Come check me out tomorrow. We have more picks for that and the NBA. Till next time. Peace.